Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Monday Night Raw results from November 27th. This week's birthday, November 24th, Beth Phoenix. She was born 1980. November 25th, former WWE announcer and current Impact announcer, Josh Matthews turned 37 years old. He started with WWE Tough Enough, as Matthews worked with WWE from 2001 till 2014 before joining TNA later same year. November 26th, Ivory. She was born in 1961, so that makes her 59 years old. It looks great. November 27th, British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. He was born in 1962, but he died a few years ago. Matt and Jeff Hardy talked about Starcade's importance to them and to North Carolina. Also, Jeff gave an update on his shoulder injury, saying that the rehab is going good and he's on the right track. Here's a video of that from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'll give you a little bit more results in this video as well. So far, so good. My physical therapist says I'm moving great. It doesn't feel great. Naturally, it hurts. I can only do so much, but I'm on the right track. So hopefully after another month, I'll be able to lift a little weight and start building up my chest and my arms. Hopefully by April, I'll be good to go and actually get back in the ring and do what Jeff Hardy loves to do. Natalya took on WWE SmackDown's Women's Champion Charlotte in a steel cage match and mentioned how it was the first time she's had that kind of match. According to Natalya, this was also her first time women were ever in a steel cage match in North Carolina, period. By the way, Charlotte won the match by tap out using the figure eight. As she tweeted, "Tonight was my first time fighting in a steel cage. I'm bruised, cut up, and really exhausted. Tonight we also made history. We were the first women to ever have a cage match in North Carolina. With all that being said, I'll stop at nothing to get my championship back." And a link for that. And she also said, on Twitter, The Natural, aka Dustin Rhodes, formerly known as Goldust, one time only Starcade appearance as The Natural. During the match, Rhodes used a few moves that his father made popular, winning the match in quick fashion, which you can see that link here. As Dustin Rhodes paid homage to his roots by taking a page out of WWE Hall of Famer's playbook. Hashtag WWE Starcade at Goldust. Thanks to Will Henderson for texting the following NXT spoilers from the tapings at Full Sail University. There will be 4 qualifying matches to advance to a fatal 4-way to determine number 1 contender to NXT champion Andre Cien Almas tonight. Other matches announced before the tapings are Ruby Riott versus Sonya Deville in a no DQ match. Tyler Bate versus UK champion Pete Dunne, plus Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus NXT Tag Team Champions Sanity. December 6th episode. It's announced that Drew McIntyre cannot compete for the title at TakeOver Philly. And that there will be four qualifying matches leading to the fatal 4-way to determine the number 1 contender. New NXT champion Andre Cien Almas and Zelina Vega were out first. Zelina demands we rise for the new champion. Everyone, including the announcer stands. Andre says he told us all that he would be champion. Andre makes fun of Drew being hurt and says he is gone for a long time. Andre cut a promo in Spanish to his next contender. Killian Dane defeated Trent Seven to advance to the fatal 4-way number 1 contenders match. Trent tried to attack at the start, but Dane overpowered him. Dane hit the running crossbody for a 2 count. Trent hit the Rainmaker clothesline for a 2 count. Killian hit the running senton and middle rope splash for the win. Sonya Deville defeated Ruby Riott in a no disqualification, no holds barred match. Almost the same thing. Sonya locks the ankle lock in on Ruby early. But Ruby got to the ropes and decked Sonya on them to break the hold. Stiff strikes from Sonya. Back and forth strikes. Ruby hit a suicide dive on Sonya. Sonya caught Ruby with a go-go Plata-like hold as she came back into the ring, and Ruby passed out in the hold, forcing the referee to call for the belt. Johnny Gargano defeated Cassius Ohno to advance to the Fatal 4-Way dance. Incredible match. Huge dueling Johnny Wrestling, Cassius Ohno chants before they locked up and all throughout the match. They shook hands in response. Nice chain wrestling to start the match. Gargano goes for the middle rope spear, but Ohno caught him, tied him up in the ropes, hit a brutal elbow to knock Johnny outside. Ohno was playing the aggressive big man. Ohno with more brutal shots at ringside. Gargano tried to fight out of the corner, but Ohno nailed a boot to the face for a near fall. Gargano fought back after getting his knees up on the running senton and gets the middle rope spear for a 2 count. Gargano hits a suicide dive into a tornado DDT on the ramp. Ohno hits a cyclone kick, but Gargano kicked out. Ohno then hits a boot on the ropes and an elbow to the back of the head, but Gargano kicked out again. Gargano blocked the rolling elbow with a series of super kicks, then turned the tilt the world into a Gargano escape for the win. That was awesome champ match to end the show for that particular week, and a mutual show of respect. December 13th episode. Lars Sullivan defeated Roderick Strong to advance to the Fatal 4-Way. Roddy runs at Lars to start, but to no avail. Lars dominates. Roddy turns the tide to tangle Lars up in the ropes and hits a series of elbows to knock him out of the ring. Roddy hits a superplex off the top, but Lars kicks out at 1. Lars hit the big clothesline. Roddy hits the angle slam for a near fall. Lars hits a pop-up power slam and the freak accident for the win. Next up, we got NXT Women's Champion Ember Moon defeating Peyton Royce with Billie Kay in her corner in a non-title match. Ember got the upper hand to start, hit a dive off the top rope to the outside on the iconic duo. Billie grabbed her ankle, getting back in the ring, and Peyton applied submission in the ropes. Ember took control back. Nice series of reversals. Peyton got a near fall. Ember ducked the spin kick and gets Peyton into the power bomb position, but Peyton holds the ropes. Ember kicks Peyton's legs out from under her and hits the Eclipse for the win. After the match, Billie hits the ring and boots Ember in the face. Iconic duo hit their double team knee move when Nikki Cross runs in out of the crowd for the save. Nikki spies the women's title by laying it in the ring and teases her attacking Ember, but instead runs the ropes crazily before running back out into the crowd. NXT champion Andre Cien Almas defeated Fabian Aichner in a non-title match. Adrian nailed a drop kick as the bell sounded, but Fabian hit a tilt-the-world slam and then hit a springboard dive to the outside and a springboard tornado DDT. Andre with a hard chop. Fabian hits a rough power bomb. Fabian goes up top, but Zelina distracts him. Andre knocks him outside, throws him into the stairs, rolls him back to hit the El Idolo for the win. Aleister Black defeated Adam Cole to advance to the Fatal 4-Way. Good match, Matt Wrestling to start. Cole locks in a crossface, but Black got to the ropes. Cole jacks at Aleister, unloads with strikes. Cole rolled out of the ring to avoid the Black mass and necks him on the ropes. Black hits a kick to the head as Cole jumps off the top rope for a 2 count. Aleister catches Cole's foot and hits a big kick. He lifts Cole up for the Black mass, and Cole starts yelling for him to do it. And Aleister nails Black mass for the win. Authors of Pain defeated One Lorcan and Danny Birch. Lorcan and Birch are affectionately known as the ones and twos by the audience. They unload with chops and uppercuts before Authors of Pain just destroy them. Super Collider and last chapter for the squash win. December 20th episode. Undisputed Era of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish defeated the team of Sanity of Killian Dane and Eric Young to win the NXT Tag Team Championship. Killian starts for Sanity as Fish and O'Reilly try to take him down. Dane tags in Young and he took control. Fish takes out Young from behind the referee's back, and Undisputed Era go to work isolating him. Fish with a suplex and a 2 count. Bobby and Kyle keep tagging in and out, attacking EY. EY rebounds with a swinging neck breaker, and EY fans off. But both Undisputed Era get hot tag to Dane. Dane runs wild. Dane hits a corner drop kick senton combo and his power slam onto both guys for a near fall. Adam Cole runs out, crushes EY. On his elbow attempt, Nikki Cross runs out and hits crossbody on Cole and unloads with punches to Cole until the referee pulls her off. Cole reverses the power slam by Dane on the outside and pushes him into the ring post. EY hits a dive onto Cole, but gets hit with a total elimination when he rolls back into the ring, and Undisputed Era pick up the win to become the new champs. Ember Moon defeated Sonya Deville to retain the NXT Women's title. They did not do the title match introductions, which was weird. Okay, back and forth match. Some very tough looking spots for both ladies. Crowd was not into the match at all. Following the title match, Ember hit the springboard dropkick, an absolutely brutal running elbow into the corner, then hit the Eclipse for the win. After the match, Kairi Sane's music hits. She came out and signals she wants the title. When Shayna Baszler comes up behind Kairi and chokes her out on the stage while Ember looks on. Pete Dunne defeated Tyler Bate to retain the UK title. Another great match, good mat wrestling, and limb work to start. Good back and forth as they traded 2 counts. Dune with a tough forearm. Bate stopped Dune's arm on the stairs, but Dune responded by suplexing him off the stairs to the floor. They trade chops. Dune stomped on Bates' hand, and Tyler has to pop his finger back into place. Pete goes back after the arm. Tyler with a nice overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Tyler hits a cartwheel kick and goes for the Tyler driver, but Dune reversed it into an armbar. Tyler deadlifted him with one arm into a power bomb, but Pete held on. Bate lifts him up again and puts him between the ropes and slingshots him. Tyler does the airplane spin, but he adds a third rotation at a faster speed. Bate is bleeding from his ear. Tyler hits a deadlift fisherman from the apron into the ring for a near fall. Dune ducked a kick to hit the bitter end, but Tyler kicked out. Dune turned Bate inside out with a clothesline. They go from seated to standing, trading strikes. Pete rolled out of the ring as they trade strikes on the apron until Tyler hits the cartwheel kick on it. Dune knocks Bate out of midair with a forearm and hits a suplex powerbomb for a near fall. Tyler kept Dune from taking a count out by hitting a plancha, then hits the Tyler driver. 97 for a near fall. Bate goes back up the top rope and hits a spiral tap to Dune's back, but only gets a 2 count. Tyler goes for a back jump off the top rope, but Pete lands on his feet and hits a bitter end for the win. Street Profits defeat 2 unnamed enhancement talents. Quick Squash, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins win with a Spinebuster Frog Splash combo. After the match, the Profits go in to the crowd to celebrate and cut a promo from the top of the bleachers, saying in 2017 they came, they saw, in 2018 they'll conquer. They run down Authors of Pain, Sanity, and Undisputed Era and say in 2018 They're coming for the belts. They filmed a new episode. Crowd chant intro. But it seems that they're filming randomly tonight. Johnny Gargano defeated Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, and Aleister Black to become the number one contender to the NXT title. Lars catches Black on a corner moonsault and slams him to the apron. Then catches Gargano on a dive and does the same. But Killian does a suicide dive and wipes out Lars. Lars throws Dane into the steps. Aleister kicks him into the ramp, but gets tossed off the stage. Lars then tosses Gargano onto Black. Lars tries to powerbomb Gargano through the announce table, but Gargano grabs the set scaffold and holds on. Gargano kicks Lars and gets him up on a table and gets him on a table. Killian runs in and dives off the stage through Lars on the table. We get a great few minutes in the ring with Black squaring off against Gargano as the crowd goes nuts until Dane comes back and cleans house. Black and Gargano powerbomb Dane off the ropes, and while all three are down, Lars returns to the ring. Dane and Lars square off as we got a hot fight on our hands. Dane is bleeding from his elbow. Black turns to the ring and goes nuts. Black hits the black mass on Lars, but Undisputed Era comes right back down and attacks Aleister. Cole laid out Black, then Gargano hits a suicide dive to Cole. Johnny sidesteps Lars, who runs into the steps, then Hurricanrana to Dane into Lars. Johnny then hits the jumping DDT on Aleister and scores the pinfall. Huge pop for the win and fun match. Gargano goes into the crowd to celebrate to end the tapings. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish of the Undisputed Era defeated Eric Young and Killian Dane of Sanity to become the new NXT champion at tapings. The match, which saw interference from Adam Cole, should air on December 20th episode. This is the first title reign for O'Reilly and Fish in NXT. Sanity won the titles back on August 19th at TakeOver Brooklyn 3, the event to win over the Authors of Pain. Undisputed Era won the tag team titles after a lot of Cole distraction, and you can see it for this link. Main event, opening video of the show after the usual WWE signature. Brian Kendrick and Graham Metalik make their entrance as Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness check on commentary. Brian Kendrick versus Graham Metalik. Kendrick drove his knee into Metalik. Kendrick briefly locked in a headlock on Metalik. Metalik sends Kendrick to the ropes. Metalik hits a springboard arm drag on Kendrick. Kendrick rolls out of the ring. Metalik hits a suicide dive on Kendrick. Metalik rolls Kendrick back into the ring. Metalik hits a splash from off the top rope on Kendrick before pinning him for a 2 count. The fight spills out of the ring. Kendrick slams Metalik's head off the apron. Kendrick sends Metalik into the LED ring skirt. Kendrick then rolls Metalik back into the ring before pinning him for a 2 count. Kendrick suplexes Metalik. Kendrick pins Metalik for another 2 count. Metalik then rolls Kendrick up for a 2 count. We go back and forth as Metalik kicks Kendrick in the face. Metalik hits another elbow drop from off the top rope onto Kendrick. Metalik then pins Kendrick for a 2 count. Kendrick then power bombs Metalik. Kendrick pins Metalik for a 2 count. They exchange strikes. Metalik hits a Metalik driver on Kendrick. Metalik pins Kendrick for the win. Recap of Survivor Series is shown featuring Team Raw defeating Team SmackDown live. Recap is shown in the ring segment from Raw featuring Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon and WWE COO Triple H being confronted by Raw General Manager Kurt Angle, Jason Jordan, and Braun Strowman, which led to the match made between Strowman and Jordan. Well, they start off Raw with a recap. that was shown of the Fatal 4-Way between Sasha Banks, Bayley, Alicia Fox, and Mickie James, which was interrupted by an assault by the returning Paige and debuting Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Recap from Raw was shown of Paige, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose attacking Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss. Recap of SmackDown Live was shown in the debuting Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan attacking Natalya and SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte during their title match. Apollo Crews with Titus O'Neil and Kurt Hawkins make their entrance for your first match. Apollo Crews versus Kurt Hawkins. They lock up. Crews locks in a headlock. Hawkins sends Crews to the ropes, hits a shoulder block on Hawkins. Crews drop kicks Hawkins. Crews hits a scoop slam on Hawkins. Crews goes to the apron. Crews hits a senton into the ring on Hawkins. Crews pins Hawkins for a 2 count. Hawkins rolls out of the ring. Crews goes after Hawkins and rolls him back into the ring. Hawkins drop kicks Crews off the apron. Hawkins then rolls Crews back into the ring. Hawkins strikes Crews several times. Crews hits a jawbreaker on Hawkins. Crews rolls Hawkins up for a 2 count. Hawkins clotheslines Crews. Hawkins stops on Crews in the corner as we go into a commercial break. Hawkins kicks Crews as we return from a commercial break. And Hawkins hits an inverted DDT on Crews before pinning him for a 2 count. Hawkins goes for the back suplex. Crews lands on his feet. Crews kicks Hawkins in his face, then hits a set-out powerbomb on Hawkins. Crews pins Hawkins for the win. Recap from Survivor Series is shown featuring Universal Champion Brock Lesnar defeating AJ Styles. Recap from SmackDown Live is shown featuring verbal confrontation between Jinder Mahal and WWE Champion AJ Styles from last week. Recap from Raw was shown to close the show before Roman Reigns defeating The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship ended the show. Well, that was all for your 205 Live. But that was your dark match, Apollo Crews versus Kurt Hawkins. Raw opened up with a video package looking at recent happening between Kane and Braun Strowman. We're live from Knoxville, Tennessee, as Coleslaw welcomes us to the show. We're joined in by Corey Graves and Hall of Famer Booker T. We go right to the ring as JoJo introduces new Intercontinental Champion Roman Reigns. Out he comes to mostly cheers. Reigns takes it all in before speaking. He says it's been a few weeks after the Shield reunited. Raw beat the brakes off of SmackDown at Survivor Series. And then on Raw the next night, he got another opportunity. Some fans chant, "You deserve it now." Reigns says it's been a lot of time and a lot of weeks back to back, but it feels good to hear that. He thanks fans. Reigns says he cashed in and he's the new Intercontinental Champion. He says The Miz didn't like that, so he kept running his mouth and got something in return. Reigns shows us a video recapping last week's what happened after Raw went off the air when the Shield put Miz through a table. Reigns says we won't be seeing Miz for a while, but we will be seeing a lot of him as champion. Reigns takes the title, says the title is prestigious and will stay that way as long as he has it. Reigns says, unlike Miz, he will be a fighting champion and the rules are simple. If the boys in the back want the title, they just have to step up and take it. Miz's music hits and out comes Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Dallas asks Reigns, how dare they disrespect the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time? Axel, still wearing his neck brace, says the only thing that pains him more than his neck is the pain in his heart, saying Reigns for the title. Axel mentions that they aren't able to deal justice right now, but they know someone that can. Elias starts playing his guitar and then walks out from the back. Elias says he will be performing later tonight. He says Miz is a great guy, and after he saw these two poor souls wandering after their leader was defeated, he knew he could guide them, lead them the way, and reignite that fire that was in their hearts. Elias declares that he will take the Intercontinental title tonight. Some fans cheer. Reigns says it sounds like Elias wants to walk with the big dog. Reigns says it's on, but before they do it, He wants Elias to look over at Axel. Reigns hopes Elias can sing with one of them, with one of those neck braces on, because he might have to wear one after tonight. Reigns drops the mic as Elias and the Mr. look on from the stage. Reigns raises the title as his music plays. And we get Cesaro versus Seth Rollins can be found in this link. Highlights at least. Seth Rollins ends up making his way out for the first match. Rollins hits the ring as Reigns waits in the ring as we go to commercial. Back from the break, out comes Raw Tag Team Champion Cesaro. By the way, Dean Ambrose was not there tonight. As Cole noted that he's on his honeymoon with Renee Young. So she's not there tonight. During the show. Sheamus is not here tonight either, because he's taking his annual sabbatical back home in Ireland. Cesaro hits the ring, and we see highlights from last week's Ambrose versus Sheamus match. Bell rings, and Cesaro is taking his gear off. Fan chant for Rollins as they get ready to go at it. They lock up, and Cesaro takes control. Rollins tries to get some offense going, but Cesaro shuts him down. Rollins takes Cesaro down and unloads on him. They tangle up against the ropes, and Cesaro tries for a cheap shot, but it backfires while the referee is in between them. Rollins gets sent out to the floor and sells the fall. Cesaro stands tall as we in the ring as we go to a commercial break. Back from the break, Cesaro drops Rollins for a close 2 count. Cesaro keeps Rollins down and drives knees into him. Cesaro with more offense in the corner while Rollins is up top. Cesaro climbs up for a super gut wrench, but Rollins fights back. They end up on the mat as Cesaro covers for a close 2 count after Cesaro catches a crossbody in midair and drives him over his knee with a backbreaker. Cesaro argues with the referee. Cesaro keeps control of the match and drops Rollins for another close 2 count. Cesaro keeps Rollins grounded again as Rollins fights up and out, but Cesaro back drops him for another pin attempt. Rollins ends up smacking Cesaro while trying to get up. Cesaro keeps up the attack. Rollins reverses and applies an abdominal stretch, but Cesaro sends him to the mat again. Rollins turns it around in the corner and nails a blockbuster. Rollins fights Cesaro off with a kick. Cesaro sends Rollins into the apron, but Rollins nails his leg drop over the neck, sending Cesaro to the floor. Rollins runs the ropes and nails the suicide dive, sending Cesaro back into the barrier. Back to the commercial. Back from the break, Rollins nails Falcon Arrow for a close 2 count. Then we see how Cesaro rammed Rollins into the ring post during the break. Cesaro runs Rollins up for a close 2 count after a thump to the eye. Cesaro with a Cesaro swing now. Cesaro goes for the sharpshooter and drags him back into the middle of the ring. When he tries for the bottom rope, Rollins crawls again and makes it to break the hold. Cesaro mounts Rollins and unloads with right hands. Cesaro then shows frustration. Cesaro goes for the neutralizer, but Rollins countered. Cesaro rolls through, but Rollins kicks him in the face for a 2 count. More back and forth as Rollins blocks an uppercut and backslides Cesaro for a 2 count. Rollins blocks a springboard uppercut and nails a high knee to the face for the pinfall. After the match, Rollins stood tall as we go to replays. And Charlie Caruso then enters the ring for a post-match comment and asks if members of the Shield might be going in different directions. Rollins says hell no. He's only riding solo tonight because Ambrose is on his honeymoon. Rollins says Reigns' title reign won't separate them. It will just bring the Shield closer. Rollins says Ambrose will be back next week, so will Sheamus. Rollins then announces they will invoke their rematch clause for next week and burn the bar down. Rollins says the Shield will all be champions after next week. Believe that. Coleslaw confirms Elias versus Reigns for the title tonight at this late. Coleslaw talks about Cruiserweight champion Enzo Amore and his lackeys, the Zoe Train. We go backstage to Raw General Manager Kurt Angle, who was in the middle of Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann, Mustafa Ali, and Akira Tozawa. Swann says the Zoe Train has gone completely off the tracks. Enzo is using them to keep the title around his waist, They tell Angle that they want a title shot. Angle mentions being occupied with the Triple H and Stephanie McMahon drama, but it's time to determine who will face Enzo for the title in 1 month. We will have a Fatal 4-Way tonight and another Fatal 4-Way next Monday night. The winners of those 2 matches will face off to see who faces Enzo for the title. Cruiserweights are unhappy. Oh, actually, the Cruiserweights are happy. And that can be found on this link. And we see Samoa Joe walking backstage, ready for his match. Go to commercial. We get Samoa Joe versus Titus O'Neil. Can be found on this link. Back for the break, out comes Titus O'Neil with Apollo Crews. Samoa Joe is out next. They bell rings and they go at it with Joe striking first. Titus turns it around with shots, but Joe goes for an early co-hitter clutch. Titus stops it and takes Joe to the corner with a big shot. More back and forth between the two as Joe has more trouble than he's used to. Titus beats on Joe and talks some trash about bullying him. Joe finally drops Titus with a straight right hand and makes him quickly tap out to the co-hitter clutch. After the match, Joe goes to keep the attack going, but Crews comes in. They start to go at it, but Joe drops Crews in the clutch. And he finally breaks it and leaves as his music hits. Still to come segment, Paige returns in 6-woman action. We get a WWE Shop Cyber Monday promo from Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Back to commercial. Paige, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville versus Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Mickie James can be found at this link. Highlights. Back from a commercial break, we see highlights from Paige's return last week. Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss was out for commentary. We go to the ring and out first to Sasha Banks. For her team, Mickie James' music hits, but she doesn't appear. Bayley's music hits next, and she doesn't appear either. Paige's music hits next, and out she comes with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville to the stage. Paige says Sasha looks good for what they did to her last week. Paige asks, where are Sasha's friends? She asks Mandy and Sasha where they are next. We look at the big screen and we see a referee tending to Mickie in the back. She's clutching her leg and she's upset. We see Bayley next, who is being checked on by a trainer and a referee. She's selling a neck injury. Paige says they both don't look too good, so it looks like this will be a handicap match. Paige has something to get off her mind first. She's been hounded on social media and the supermarket, at the supermarket and at the airport this past week, with people asking her to explain her actions. Paige says it's simple. 1 year ago, she was the one to stick the flag in the ground and erase the word diva from the dictionary. She was the matriarch of the WWE Evolution. She was just making a statement last week to prove to everyone who she is. And guess what? She's back. Paige heads to the ring with Rose and Deville, and Sasha looks on. Coleslaw says that Bliss just got up and walked away. And by the way, read some things that Paige and Alberto El Patron or Del Rio are no longer together. Unknown if they got divorced or anything. All I've heard and read is that they are no longer together as well. Paige, Deville, and Rose stand on the apron with the mics. Paige introduces the group as called Absolution and introduces Rose and Deville. Mandy says others may have forgotten, but before there was a boss, a goddess, an empress, or a total diva, there was Paige. But they didn't forget. Sonya takes the mic and gets the what treatment from the fans. She says nothing would have been elevated in WWE, and that's why they pledged their allegiance to Paige. Sonya says together, Absolution will bring a whole new kind of women's revolution. Paige asks Sasha if she will have the same fate as Mickie or Bayley, or will she pledge to her allegiance to Absolution. Paige says Sasha is either with them or against them. Sasha looks around and they stare her down. Sasha knocks Paige off the apron, but Deville and Rose beat her down. Paige returns to the ring and Sasha tries to fight back, but they triple team her. Paige tells Sonya to show what she can do. Sonya drops Sasha with a big kick. Mandy grabs Sasha next and drops her with a facebuster. Sonya and Mandy hold Sasha while Paige talks trash. Paige grabs her and hits the rampage. Absolution stands tall as Paige's music hits and some fans move. So the come segment, Elias versus Reigns. Graphic flashes and we cut to Bray Wyatt. He blows out the lantern and says, "He's here." Back to commercial. Back from the break, out comes Bray Wyatt. Wyatt takes the mic and says he's never had a childhood, never celebrated holidays, and never carved a turkey. But he never cared. But not the fans. They care, and they carve. They celebrate like they want them to. Wyatt says our entire world exists inside the confines of a cardboard box. They tell us what to buy and who to love, who to be. That's pathetic. Wyatt says we're all pathetic. He tried so hard, he tried, but we never listened when he tried to show us the way. So now our ignorance fuels him. Our suffering brings him joy. Wyatt then laughs. Wyatt says he finally sees us for who we are. None of us are alive. We're all dead. We're all dead. He laughs some more and says we're all dead. Can't we feel it? He keeps repeating himself and laughing until his music hits and out comes Matt Hardy to a pop. We go back to commercial. Matt versus Bray can be found at this link. Highlights. Back from the break, Wyatt's in control of Matt, keeping him grounded. Wyatt launches himself into Matt off the ropes. Wyatt more offense and a big splash in the corner. Matt rolls out of the way and avoids the senton. Matt fights back and looks to make a comeback now. Wyatt misses another shot in the corner. Matt with a clothesline and a bulldog. More back and forth, including an Uranagi attempt. Matt countered and hit the side effect for a close suit count. Matt keeps control, but Wyatt blocks the twist of fate. Matt catches Wyatt with an elbow. Matt drops Wyatt again and goes to the top for a moonsault. But Wyatt rolls out of the way. Wyatt turned upside down and taunts Matt before hitting the Sister Abigail for the pin. After the match, Wyatt stood tall as the music hits. Wyatt tells us to follow the buzzards and then leaves the ring. Matt sits up in the corner and fans chant his name. Matt says delete and does the motion a few times and starts chanting delete a few more times. Matt does the motion over and over again as Coleslaw wonders if we're witnessing a Hardy breakdown. Till the come segment, again, Elias versus Reigns with the title on the line. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we see how Kane interrupted last week's Braun Strowman versus Jason Jordan match. We go backstage to Jordan and Raw General Manager Kurt Angle. He mentions a rematch with Braun tonight, and Angle isn't on the same page. Jordan goes on about how he's all right, and taking out Kane tonight would silence the doubters. Angle asks if Jordan is 100%, and he says he is. Angle makes Jordan versus Kane for tonight. Says it's true, it's damn true. Jordan looks worried. Akira Tozawa versus Noam Dar versus Rich Swann versus Akira versus Area DeVary. You found this link. We go to the ring. All four cruiserweights are already facing off in the ring as the bell hits. We must be going on time restraints as they're speeding up matches. Winner of this match will go on to face the winner of next week's Better 4-Way to determine new number one contender to the Cruiserweight Champion, Enzo Amore. Back and forth start, DeVary and Dar work together some early on. We see Enzo backstage watching. Swann takes a dive onto the floor on the three superstars. We see Enzo backstage watching again and ranting at TV. Lots more back and forth after commercial. Finish scene, Swann get the win to advance. After the match, Swann celebrated as his music hits. Back from another break, Elias is out in the ring for a song about his friend, The Miz and the Miztourage Blues. He introduces Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas for another song as they sing with harmonicas. Elias gives them props and asks the fans to give it up. Elias keeps playing, but we want Roman chant starts from the crowd. Some fans respond with Roman sucks chants. Well, very similar to Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. Elias says no one wants Roman as much as he does right now. Elias asks everyone to take a seat because they will tune into the next performance as Reigns' title walks with Elias. Music interrupts and out comes WWE Intercontinental Champion Roman Reigns. Can be found in this link. I'll post both of them together. Intercontinental title match can be found in this link. Reigns takes some time going into the ring as the music hits. Reigns hits the ring and raises the title to some cheers. We get formal ring introductions from JoJo. Back from the commercial break, and the bell rings as the two superstars lock up. They break and size each other up. Fans do dueling chants for Reigns. Elias ends up taking Reigns to the corner, but referee backs him off. Reigns decks Elias with right hands. Elias catches him off the ropes and drops him with a knee to the gut. Elias covers for a 2 count as Axel and Dallas cheer him on from ringside. Elias sends Reigns into the ring post, shoulder first, and covers for a pin attempt. Elias keeps Reigns grounded. Elias then works Reigns over while keeping him grounded with a chin lock. Reigns fights back with a right hand, but Elias floors him with a clothesline. Elias with another pin attempt. Elias takes Reigns back down and keeps him on the mat with a headlock. Reigns fights up and out again. Dallas gets on the apron, but Reigns takes him out. Axel appears on the opposite side of the ring, and Reigns goes after him, allowing Elias to hit another clothesline for another 2 count. Back from the break, Elias is in control, but Reigns shoves him to the floor to buy some time. Reigns goes out while the referee is counting and hits a drive-by. Dallas comes over, but Reigns hits him with a Superman punch. Axel approaches, but Reigns spots him, and he pleads with the champ. Reigns turns back around, but quickly turns back to Axel and spears him. Elias comes from behind and decks Reigns, bringing him back into the ring. Elias goes up top and hits a big elbow drop for a close 2 count. More back and forth action, with Elias getting the upper hand. Elias gets a sit down powerbomb for a close 2 count. Fans chant, "This is awesome." Elias gets up first, but can't bring Reigns to his feet for a move. Elias shows frustration. Reigns counters and rolls Elias up for a 2 count. Elias with another stiff shot, but Reigns comes right back with a Superman punch for a 2 count. Reigns goes for a spear, but Elias hits him with a knee instead. Reigns comes right back with a spear for the win. After the match, Reigns to a title with the title as music hits. We go replays. Reigns leaves the ring and goes up the ramp, but Samoa Joe attacks him from behind and drops him into the coquina clutch. An intense Joe goes wild as referees and officials try to break the hold. Joe finally breaks it up, but rants about how he's coming for Reigns. So there's your new feud, Samoa Joe versus Reigns. Probably going to be your next match at the next pay-per-view, December 17th. Joe goes back to Reigns for more action until officials pull him away again. Still to come segment, Jordan versus Kane back to commercial. Back for the break, we'll see what just happened with Samoa Joe and Reigns. Asuka versus Dana Brooke was up next. Can be found in this link. When we go to the ring, out comes undefeated Asuka. Dana Brooke was out next for a rematch from last week. There's a sidebar video from Dana speaking earlier today about how she's been studying last week's match and she found the biggest hole in Asuka's game. Dana says Asuka is a slow starter and she will hit Asuka hard as soon as the match starts. Bell rings and Dana goes to charge but with clotheslines, but Asuka immediately catches her and Asuka lock for the super quick squash. After the match, we get a replay and Asuka stood tall until Paige's music hits. Absolution comes down to the ring and surrounds Asuka. Paige, Mandy, and Sonya stare down at Asuka as the Empress of Tomorrow Tomorrow gets ready to fight. Absolution appears to back off as Paige and Asuka stare each other down. Asuka smiles and leaves the ring without turning her back on Absolution. Paige's music hits again to the next segment. We see Jason Jordan backstage walking to the ring for his next match versus Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan versus Kane. Back for the break, Rollins and Ambrose versus Raw Tag Team Champions The Bar is confirmed for next week's Raw. in Los Angeles. Kane versus Jason Jordan can be found in this link. We go to the ring. Out comes Jason Jordan for tonight's main event. Jordan takes the mic as the fans boo. Jordan says there's been a lot of social media speculation on his injured knee and how hurt he really is. There's a lot of doubters who thought he was trying to get out of a match with Braun Strowman. Jordan says this couldn't be any farther from the truth. Fans do the what chance now. Jordan talks about how his knee went out last week and how he knew he couldn't continue, but thanks to world-class WWE medics and a week of rehab, he's back to 100% and here to do what Braun couldn't do, shut down the Big Red Machine. Music interrupts. Out comes Kane. Bell rings and Jason charges, but Kane fights back. Jordan keeps fighting as Kane overpowers him. Jordan gets up over the top rope. He lands hard on the floor and immediately clutches his knee, selling injury again. Jordan tries to get up as the referee counts, but he keeps falling down and gets counted out. After Bell, Jordan stumbles into the ring, but Kane grabs him and works him over. Kane tosses Jordan back through the ropes and he grabs his leg. Kane follows and floors Jordan with a clothesline. Kane keeps control and brings Jordan back in the ring to continue working on the knee. Kane stops away and continues beating on Jordan until the music interrupts and out comes Finn Balor to a pop. Kane stands tall as Balor hits the ring as we got a commercial. And that match was made again. So another main event. Kane versus Finn Balor. Back from the break, Cole says Kurt Angle made the match official during the commercial. Bell rings and we go at it. Balor looks to take control, but Kane drops him. Kane whips Balor into the corner and he goes down. Fan chant for Balor. Kane works him over into the corner. Kane catches Balor with a side slam for a 2 count. Balor ends up getting a comeback and drop kicking Kane through the ropes. Balor follows and sends Kane back into the barrier. Balor runs and drop kicks Kane into the barrier again. Kane grabs a steel chair and nails Balor with it for a disqualification finish. After Bell, Kane hits Balor with a chair. Some more. Kane rolls Balor into the ring, smacks him over the back with a chair. Again, some fans chant one more chair shot, and Kane gives it to him. Kane with another shot before placing the chair over Balor's face and neck. Music hits before Kane can do more damage, and out comes Braun Strowman to a pop. Braun hits the ring, and Kane hits him with a chair, but it does nothing. Kane can't believe it as Braun stares Kane down, backs him into the corner slowly. Braun kicks the chair into Kane and rocks him with the right hand. Braun unloads with headbutts in the corner. Braun with a running splash from across the ring, flattening Kane in the corner. Braun with a big boot that sends Kane to the apron. Kane rolls to the floor and Braun follows. Braun then grabs half of the steel steps and drives it into Kane, dropping him. Braun grabs the bottom part of the steps and puts him into the ring. Can be found at this link. Braun stalks Kane and slams him face first into the other set of steps. Braun rolls Kane into the ring as fans chant for him. Braun grabs a chair and whacks Kane over the back with it as he tries to get up. Kane moans in pain as Braun stands over him. Braun stops Kane from retreating and scoops him for a big slam on the top of the steps. Right in the middle of the ring, fans chant for one more time. Kane tries to roll out of the ring, but Braun stops him again. Taking a move from Kane that he used in last week's attack, Braun places the chair under Kane's neck and drives it into the steps. Kane grasps for air as Braun did last week. Braun brings Kane back to the steps and drives the chair into his neck again. Kane rolls out of the ring as the referee tries to check on him. Braun looks on as Kane struggles to get to his feet. Using the barrier, Kane escapes over the barrier and leaves to the crowd. As we get a replay while Braun looks on from the ring, Braun's music hits and he stands tall in the ring. Kane continues stumbling through the crowd while holding his throat. Raw goes off there at that point. And that concludes my video for this week. I didn't get any dark match main event results. I didn't post them for this week. Thanks again. Peace out. See you when I'll be. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.